Hello Blizzard fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between NightEnD and NvDeth on Terraform, the latter edition. This is a Legacy of the Void replay, and let's get right on into it as soon as this loading bar loads. Alright, in the top left of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the red Protoss player. It is NightEnD. And in the bottom right of Terraform, we have the blue Terran player. It is NvDeth. Sporting, again, the fancy blue with the little Terran logo, looking very, very nice this evening. It is a PvT Legacy of the Void game. We actually haven't seen many of these, thinking back to it. We've seen PvP and TvT and ZVP and TvZ. I think that's all the matchups except for PvT. Small pause there happens in the game. Liberators, I have to imagine, are pretty good. They hit fairly hard, even against Protoss units that have a lot of HP. And I think the tank Harass would also be pretty good against Protoss. Meanwhile, I think Adepts are really good against Marines and super tanky as well. So we'll have to see if Adepts are being played at the same time and whether or not. What else can we see from the Protoss player? Could see the Disintegration unit being used against Thors. That would be fun. But anyway, let's get back into the present and see what's going on right in the here and now. Barracks coming on up. Gateway, yes indeed. Early gas here a little bit for NightEnD. I think that might have been gas even before the gateway. No, a little bit after. But that's A-okay. And what are we doing? Oh, a probe scout. NightEnD, bless you for doing a probe scout. I love to see this. SCV scout as well. Actually, I see more scouting in TVP than I do when Zergs are involved. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe Zergs just don't 6-pool anymore. Maybe it's considered just kind of out of the meta, where it's not a thing. But it's going to be a Reaper expand here for NvDeth. Going to try to get some kills on out. But the Adept that we're going to be sure to be seeing here fairly soon is going to cause a problem there. Stalker as well can shut down that Reaper expand at the same time, and as well as a Mothership core, but we don't have one of those yet either. So the Adept has a limited amount of time of effectiveness before it pretty much does just die. The most things that the Protoss player can make. We'll see what he does with it to keep it alive. Command Center, yes, Command Center expansion on the way. A little bit early, but a Nexus of the way. There we go, just being planted down by NightEnD. So both players going fairly macro at this point, 2 minutes into the game. I love how fast Legacy of the Void games are. Very, very entertaining, and we're making a reactor on this barracks. So no more Adepts, no more Reapers for a while. Let's follow this guy. So the Reaper's heading on up. Going to try to jump into the main, I have to imagine. This SCB scouting out, seeing exactly what the Reaper will see. We'll see a Mothership core, that's for sure, and an Adept as well. Yikes. But the Reaper is brave. The Reaper is heading on up here anyway, going to try to kill some workers, even though, and KD8 charge goes down and knocks everybody back, slows down the mining just a little bit, but there was a fix in a recent patch that basically said, you, as the Reaper escapes, that workers that get hit by the KD8 charge will no longer just sit there like idiots. They'll go back to working. So can you imagine you're at your job and some guy comes in and lobs a grenade like into your cubicle or where you're working, and you get exploded and get flown back, and it doesn't hurt very much, but it's really disorienting and disorientating, and your boss is like, get back to work, why are you just sitting there? And you're like, I'm sorry sir, I'm sorry sir, I'll get right back to work. And you do, right? Because that's what you do when you're at work. So I guess it makes sense that the probes, you know, and the SCVs and the drones would do that. So good job patching that, Blizzard. Like to see realistic type patches. Small mute there as I sneeze. Again, I don't know if I have allergies or what, but man, the last little while I've been sneezing like a madman. I don't feel sick. So it might just be some pollen in the air here in August. I have no idea. But an Adept trying to get a shot off on that Reaper. But no, the Reaper is too fast and too fancy. Doesn't want to hop up that ramp because I think it knows there's an Adept and a Mothership core waiting for it there. Both players macroing fairly well. 32, 33 to 28 right now is the Harvester count. And KD8 charge comes up. Psionic Transfer going to try to catch this Reaper. Might be able to do it. Oh, hops on up here. Mothership core getting a couple shots off. One more shot will kill it, but no, the Reaper is still alive. Getting that full scout off, seeing the Twilight Council, and then ends up dead to the Adept. So that was good. Seeing the Twilight Council was nice. Seeing both gas was nice as well for that Reaper. So well played there. Did not get any kills, but the scouting information will be very useful for the Terran commander back home. Just now landing this command center. It probably explains why NightEnD is ahead so much, is because he actually has the Nexus here with the Chrono Boost working and has for a couple minutes. Meanwhile, the command center just now landing. But again, a lot of workers and mules can be dropped down here to kind of play catch up for the Terran player. Widow Mines as well. Are we not going to see any Legacy of the Void units from you, Terran player? Do Terran players not like their Liberators? Is that what this is? You just not enjoy them at all? Or Cyclones? Cyclones are so good against Protoss. Did they get nerfed and I missed it? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Maybe I missed a complete nerf. We'll have to see. Here we come. Some Marines heading on out. They do get scouted by this observer, and a push with a couple Widow Mines. Going to be a Widow Mine drop heading on this way. Is there anything to see it is the question. Yes, there is an observer, and there is an adept, and there is a mothership core here. So the Marines are going to put pressure on the front door while the Widow Mine drop comes around the back side. Photon Overcharge goes down immediately. Going to try to focus down those Widow Mines before they get hits off, and yes, they do, but the Marines are here as well, trying to kill these Adepts, but Adepts 2-shot Marines. Okay, maybe 3-shot with a medevac overhead, and they're super tanky. Another Adept ends up dead, and that's it. Cuts the losses. Terran player backs right on out of there. Is not super happy about how that went. Did we lose any probes? 3 probes are dead. 2 Widow Mines. Maybe one of the Widow Mines did activate back here. I'm not entirely sure. They might have died here as well to the Marines. I'm not entirely sure at this point, but that is all right. So Marines heading on out. We have a bunker at the same time. NvDeth playing this pretty well. Maybe he should take a third base. I feel like he has map control. What are we doing here? More Widow Mines, more Marines, more Marauders, getting combat shield, getting stim, and getting medevac. So pretty standard Heart of the Swarm style replay here right now. I'm not sure, but NvDeth could fall prey to the curse of the did not make Legacy of the Void units in a Legacy of the Void game and die. So I don't know, we'll have to see what happens. NightEnD playing this pretty well as well, getting upgrades, getting cannons for these type of drops. He really doesn't like these very much at all. Adepts are ready for this though, trying to boost on into the main, see what's up there, and the answer is going to be some stuff, taking the high ground, but the Adepts say, we don't care about your high ground, taking out 2 Marines immediately. The Observer providing that high ground ability. Another drop over here, but the Photon Overcharge is real. Oh, immediately that medevac goes down. Medevac trying to escape, get out of that range. Everything gets cleaned up for the Terran player, but here comes another push with Marines, recognizing there's a lot of Adepts on the ground, another pickup, and another boost out. So NvDeth is playing this well, is trying to harass the Protoss player, trying to get probe kills, but NightEnD is just playing this super duper conservatively. He's defending very, very well at the same time. Did we try to salvage that? I think we might have tried to salvage that bunker and then canceled it. Is that a thing? I think that's totally a thing. Either way, third base now coming up for both players, and yep, NvDeth has the command center there. Nexus coming up down here. Fairly standard expanding process for both of these guys right on now. Medevac heading on home in shame. It is empty. Lost all of its charges, and it will be very sad as it heads on back to the Terran base. Lots of gas coming in now for NvDeth. 4 Vespene Geysers are up. Same thing for the Terran player. Getting Blink, getting Protoss Ground Armor level 2 and Weapons level 2. And a couple cannons. Just he recognizes the NvDeth is really going for drops. And even 1 cannon can really help. That's exactly what NightEnD is doing. Pretty much 1 cannon in each base behind the mineral line, just trying to deal with this junk that the Terran player is throwing at him. So here we come. Marines, Marauders pushing out in this medevac configuration with 3 medevacs. The army's here though, man. They're not going to be able to do anything. And they see all the Adepts. And the cannons are up as well. Cannon might get a shot off, but no. And gonna drop here in the safe zone as well. Photon Overcharge coming right on up. Trying to snipe down this Nexus, but there's a lot of Stalkers here. They're gonna take down this Bio Army. The Adepts using Sonic Transfer. The boost up and the escape. Trying to pick up these Marauders. Gets one of them, doesn't get the others. And another drop up here at the same time, I think. Did they? No, there are Widow Mines with 1 kill. And is there another Widow Mine? No, just the one. So it does have 1 kill. I wonder what happened to the other one. Adepts do pretty well against Widow Mines. I think Widow Mines are considered light, are they? Yes, light mechanical, which means the bonus damage from Adept does apply to them. So here we come with the push, though. NightEnD says, that's enough shenanigans. I'm really tired of these drops at all my bases. It's really stressful to defend against this forever and ever. So I'm going to just try to kill you and end this game. What's the army look like? Marines, Marauders, Widow Mines, and Medevacs. So again, pretty standard stuff. I know I've said that before in this game, but it's really pretty much all that NvDeth is doing. Marching on up to the third base. It is an orbital command and not a planetary fortress. Workers are dying here. They are being massacred. Psionic transfer on these Adepts. Gonna get right behind and actually prevent kiting on this Bio Army. Can we do it? Yes, catching a bunch of these guys inside. They're forced to stand and fight. They'd rather kite away, but all the Marauders end up dead. The Marines as well. There are some Widow Mines here, but that's it. NvDeth calls the GG, and NightEnD is victorious in this PvT match. So, woo, pretty crazy stuff there indeed. Kind of catch one of the Marauders getting hit in mid-blow. Pieces are flying off him. The healing's coming down. This is actually kind of a good shot. The Adepts are shooting on out as well. Maybe I'll make this a screenshot or something. Hang on. Can I get rid of that? And then go print screen? We can. All right. Anyway, this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. Thank you so much for watching today. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you heard and what you saw. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.